Hi everyone, my name is Maite Patsi. I am from Oxnard, California, and I am class of 2020, and I doubled major in labor studies and sociology, and I am proud to say that I was part of the first class to ever major in labor studies across the whole UC system. I think that one of the most unique things about the labor studies major is that it's super interdisciplinary. Not only do you get to learn a lot about history in terms of social justice movements, but you also get to learn a lot about laws and laws that resulted from these social justice movements. You also get to learn a lot about politics, public policy, race, class, gender, and a lot of the things that you learn within the classroom, you can actually use them in any other experience in your undergrad, whether it's you want to get involved with, helping UC workers unionize on campus, or whether you want to help grad students get, higher pay for their labor, or whether you want to work in nonprofit orgs. All of the things that you learn in the classroom, you can easily apply during undergrad. Another cool thing is that the major has a lot of service learning opportunities, which are basically opportunities where you get to engage with professionals in many fields and community activists and other grad students via working for nonprofits or working on, their own independent projects. Well, for me, the most challenging part of the labor studies major is the research aspect. So in order to complete the major, you have to complete two capstone research classes, which you can fulfill either during the school year or during the summer. And so I took those classes over the summer, and, I've never really been good or had much of an interest in looking at numbers, statistics, or like analyzing data. So I was really worried about, stepping into the research field. But thanks to their labor studies research internship program, I was able to learn everything that I had to learn about the research process, because it exposed me to every part of the research process, from the very beginning to the very end, whether that was developing a research question, going out to the field and getting that data, analyzing the data, and then, presenting it to major stakeholders. And it was really thanks to this experience that I was able to become familiar and overcome that challenge of, my fear of numbers. And now I can say that I have experience in research, and I can use that when applying to grad school, which is really great. I think the biggest resource I had with the Labor Studies department was Gloria Chan, who is the student affairs officer of the department, and she's really just in charge of, giving students academic advising. And so originally I was only a sociology major with a labor studies minor. And she's really the reason why I turned that minor into a major. I remember one day I walked into her office just, with a general question about my transcript. And she was like, have you ever thought about having two majors? And I told her, I was like, I don't think I have time since I only have 2 years left here. And she's like, well, let's take a look at that. And, she pulled out this paper, and she started jotting down all the classes that I had taken that could count for the major. And she basically mapped out the classes that I had to take in order to have two majors within the 2 years that I had left. And so it was really thanks to her and her guidance that I was able to, walk out from UCLA with two majors and one minor. So I was very, very lucky to have her support and her guidance with that process. I've been really focusing on finding jobs as college advisors for high school students, helping them gain access to higher education and with that whole application process. I've also been looking at project coordinator positions, managing projects that are aimed towards, either getting high school students into college or retaining students within, higher ed. And with the labor studies major, you can really step into any education, any job within the education field, which is really, really great. A piece of advice I'd like to give to someone who is just entering the major, who's thinking about, possibly majoring in labor studies is, and I know I said this before, but please go talk to Gloria Chan, because she can help map out your schedule of what classes you need to take each quarter to successfully complete all the majors that you want, and, possibly add minors. And she can really map out basically a 4-year academic plan for you, that, you can look at this piece of paper when it's time to enroll in classes each quarter and be like, okay, so for spring quarter of my second year, I have to take X, Y, and Z class. And trust me, it will save you so much time, so much stress when you have to, enroll for your classes each quarter. So yeah, please go talk to her. She's also just really good at giving you career and academic advice in general. So yeah. And with that being said, I want to say welcome to UCLA. You deserve to be here, and I wish you the very best of luck, fellow Bruin.